All right, good evening, everybody. First off, I was going to talk about some motorcycle stuff. We'll wait a little bit. I started a couple of minutes early. I'm going to go ahead and do some housekeeping and get cleaned up while we wait for some people to come in. I'm going to start off by talking about everybody check out the Cycle Showcase vote thing. I'm going to go over here and share the link for that, and then we'll kind of go through the whole thing for voting. Sportster site. Let's get some of these people on here and let's do the vote on there. All right, I put that link up there. That's for the Cycle Showcase voting awards. It's for the 2024. I actually pinned that there to the top. That shows when you go to, let me get the screen up here. How you doing, Desirella? Doing a little bit of cleanup here before I get started. I was going to talk about some shows that are upcoming. But first off, I was going to share this screen here, which is for the, let's see if we can make that bigger. All right, this is for the Cycle Showcase voting. What I did is I know which bikes I'm voting for in the first section of this, but I was just kind of go through it. I did some research, and you got to scroll here. There we go. Now it loaded. You got to scroll quite a ways down, but then it says Cycle Showcase 2024 Best Awards. When you scroll down, you got to click the OK. Excuse me, there's a couple different sections, but what I did is tonight I kind of went through the first section and I did some research, because you can't, if you click on these, you're clicking on the one that you're voting for. And this is section 1, which is from February to March of 2024. There's a section 2 down below. And then you can also vote for choice of your top 10 bikes of 2024. Top 10 featured bikes of 2024, which is their features. The Man of the Year, different people in the motorcycle industry. Woman of the Year. Section 7 is the Sportsman of the Year. Achievements of sportsmen or women. 2024 is Manufactured Bike of the Year. 2024 Builder of the Year is number 9. Number 10 is the Craftsman of the Year. Then you got number 11, 2024, the Artist of the Year. Number 12, 2024, the Event of the Year. Number 13 is 2024 Performance Product of the Year. 14, the Custom Product of the Year. 15, 2024 Accessory Product of the Year. 2024 Shop-Related Product Tools. 17 is 2024 Apparel Product of the Year. 18, 2024 Media Release of the Year. And there's a next. But if we go back up here, So if you click on these, you're clicking on the one you're voting for. So I'm going to jump back on here real quick. Say hello to Desert Outlaw. So what I did is I went to here after this part of it. So all right. So we have the Time Crunch by Hoffman Design. The second one you can vote for is Raven by RK Beef Customs. The Heavy by Jeff Gassier. Hope I didn't slaughter these names too bad. Gold Rush by Jim Powers. And then I have the Geraldine by Steve Reed. The King by Cody. The Chaser by Bob Ziola. Slim Shovel by Gino. And Pinopo by Flash. Man, I'm horrible with these names. But, so, good evening, sick bastard. How are you doing? Yeah, I'm definitely working on some 2024, 2025. I have some stuff on that too, Desert. So the next thing I did after that is I went through and I gotta add the next screen. So I did a little bit further research, and this is we'll start with the Hoffman Design bike. There's a little video of the Hoffman Design bike that they were showing on there. Doesn't really say a lot about this bike. This stuff is pretty straight. I know which one already. But I did a little bit of research on these ones that I share that I found. I'm trying to look into it. I didn't still want to click on this so small. Go through the guy, look at him a little bit more. A little bit of research. Hoffman Design has got quite a few bikes built. It's really pretty good bad. I like the gray on this bike. I definitely like the wheels. A lot of chrome, a lot of aluminum. It's a good looking bike. So, I'm going to take this one down and so I found the next one here. Hey Dave, how you doing? Just going to check those bikes for the Cycle Showcase clothing, but I did some research on them, just killing a little bit of time. It's been a bit fun shopping. So I'm doing that. But if you go to the top 21 Cycle Sources guide, there's clothing for these. So the next one is going to be, let's see, we'll share the screen again for the next one. Oops, hold on just a second. So that, well, there's a little bit of a learning curve on this. I'm sorry, folks. All right, so we just looked at the Time Crunch by Hoffman Designs. Now we're going to look at the RKB Customs Raven motorcycle. Now, this is the research that I found on the internet. If you guys want to look at stuff and find some more stuff on these bikes, these are the top 10 to choose from. Bikes of 2024 from these builders. There's Cycle Source link tagged at the top. So the next one was the RKB. Okay, there it is. There it is. So RKB, some of them didn't have videos that I could find. I'm not saying they're not out there, but I did some research on these just to look a little bit farther into these. Trying to keep them in order. Nope, that's not the one. Wrong one. Give me just a second here. We'll go back and find it. I had a bunch of tabs up, so it made it a little bit difficult. There it is. All right. So this is what it started out as. This soft tail. This is the second bike. This is what Raven turned out to be. I like the white walls on this. I'm really not normally a big white wall fan, but these wheels with this white wall to me looks good. They took the anniversary tank and went to an older style tank. This is I really like this soft tail, the Cholo fender. It's an all around clean, got the Springer front end on it. I like this. Like I said, there's several different bikes on there to vote for, and I am not going to say that this is the one that I am voting for, or any of these two that I've showed yet. There's several sections. I'm just going to go over the first section and kind of go from there. I showed the Hoffman design one already. We showed the Raven. So the third one is just gassers, the heavy. I went on. This is the information I found on this one. And at a glance, it started out, it looks like in 79, this bike came from the factory with a brown seat. They kept the brown seat. Really good looking bike. It's kind of a good restoration. Looks like a custom restoration. Not really a chopper, but it's definitely a good looking bike. So then from there, and this is all from the Cycle Show Sporting Award. I'll go over that again here in a second. I'm going to run down these bikes real quick, get rid of some of these tabs. Hopefully it's not slowing down a lot. So we shared that one. So the next one up was, let's see here. All right, so we've done the heavy, the Raven, and the Time Crunch. Gold Rush by Jim Powers is the next one up there. Like I said, I kind of searched these, kind of trolled these guys a little bit on Instagram. Some of these bikes I've seen at some of the shows I went to, so I have seen these. And this is the Gold Rush one. It's an issue 306 of Cycle Source magazine. It was built by Jim Powers. This is a 49 panhead chopper. I mean, this is an old school chopper. Gold color paint. They've got some leafing in there. Can't really blow the picture up a whole lot, unfortunately. Let's see if there's more. There's another picture of some of the fish scale. I guess that would be more called than leafing. Got a really old school chopper build. That's what those. We'll go back here. That is, let's see here. That would, in section 1, let's use the top 10 feature bikes of 2024 from February to March. That would be the fourth bike, is the Gold Rush. So now Sorry, I'm not really following the chat a whole lot right now. I'm kind of going over these bikes real quick, so I will get some shout outs real quick. Let's see, we got Sick Bastard, Desert Outlaw, Brown Chicken, Retired Rider, um, South Oz Moto. Good evening, everybody. Hey, Moto. I see you're in here. Like I said, I'm kind of trying to hit everybody, but I'm going over these bikes. Dave's here, man. If you guys in the community don't know Dave's here, man, this guy's a great guy. So, can you guys hear me okay? I noticed that Dave said something about music, and I thought I shut the music off on everything. So I hope everybody can hear me. So now that we go here to back to the screen, so we'll go on to number 4, Steve Reed's Geraldine. So this is what I found. It looks like this guy's out of Wilder, Kentucky. Got some pinstriping, got some old school chop. This is a good looking bike. Got the chain drive out, open primary. I didn't find a whole lot on there. He's got a few other pictures on his page, but definitely look into these. I looked into these bikes a little bit before I decided which one I wanted to vote on. And so far we went over the first 4, and now the king is from Co. Co did this bike. I've seen this bike at a couple different shows. He had all the big shows, and he did. It's the king for a reason. This bike is just complete awesomeness. So, let's see. Oh, sorry, reading a few comments real quick. So now we'll share the tab on codes here. That's a short video of it. I did turn the music off on this one. This thing is chrome. This big guy came over from Japan to do these bikes, and this bike is just completely. It's shiny. It's sleek. It is thin. It is just. It's awesome. This is a very nice build. Very clean. Everything coated. Some very awesome work. They brought 2 bikes over from Japan, but you can see even the seats thin on there. Like I said, I did see this bike and another one of his bikes at a couple different shows. Very clean build. He did an excellent job. So that's this one, the king. Like I said, the images on the cycle shorts for the feature bikes, I did some research. I tried to blow these up myself. I'm not very technical, but I also went on and kind of trolled these guys on the web a little bit, seeing a little bit more, look at some more pictures. I showed some pictures of the builds on their pages too. So before I voted, I wanted to, check it out and see what kind of motorcycles these guys did, or what kind of other bikes they've done, or how the bikes started, when they started building them. So this Indian here is pretty neat. Indian's Bob's, it's the Chaser. That's this one. It's a 1934 Indian from what I'm showing, and he started riding as a kid, and looks like he did the chase. That's why it's called the Chase, I'm guessing. Makes sense to me, to the Cannonball Run. Nice looking Indian. Got some good history to it. Sorry about that. I got some really good history to it. So that's a good looking bike. I like the older classic bikes. So back here to the cycle shows page again for voting. I did tag this in the top of this chat. So if you go all the way, let's finish up these last 2 bikes. So this bike here, I didn't find a whole lot of information on this. I was running out of time on looking at stuff. I wanted to get this kind of started because I programmed it, and I decided to change it up a little bit, and I did this. So what we have is the Slim by Gino Slim Shovel. I didn't find a lot of information on that. I feel bad, but like I said, out of these bikes, don't go by what I say. Do some looking at them, figure out your choice, because motorcycles are what everybody else likes. Is different from what you might like yourself. So don't take anything I put in there for your voting. Take a look at it yourself. Figure out what you want. If you go to the page, you can vote on them. So the last one that I have that I did some research on is this one here. Looks like he's working out a little bit in this, in the comment on the post that I found. It said, "Chopper friends throwdown. I admit I'm the least qualified builder in the group, but I have friends and guys that respect me because I never give up." You know, I did a couple of really big shows this year, and I felt that way. That comment right there, that's definitely gives you that feel when you go to some of these chopper shows and you get around some of these guys. Excellent people, though, especially most of those guys wearing yellow, those hamsters. Those are all good guys. So, all right. So we'll go here. Make sure I share that post. All right. So then we're going to share. Let's go back to this tab. Sorry, I'm talking while I'm doing this. Stroke kind of slowed me down on stuff a little bit. So, all right. So here we go. This is back at the main page from the Cycle Shorts. So when you click on that link, it's going to be way up here. So the first step is going to be scroll down a little ways, and then it says Cycle Source 2024 Best Awards. You click OK. There is choose your top 10 from section 1 to 4, and then there's also other ones. So you have section 1. Section 2, I did not research these bikes yet. I'll probably do that one tomorrow about the same time. I'll figure out a time and I'll post it, and I'm going to go through and troll these ones a little bit more, kind of do the same kind of review. I'll try to do that for each step because if you want to do your own research or you want to look at my research and then do everything, but definitely try to go to that link I shared and see what's going on there and see if it's anything you're interested in. So, I get kind of bored lately, not being able to work in the shop and stuck doing a lot of sitting. So I'm going to stop the screen on that one. Back to this one. I'm going to try to catch up on some of these comments real quick. Hey, Sterling Wheel. Good to see you. I haven't seen one of mine before. I like the support from everybody. This community is great. You guys are great people. Sick Bastard. Devil Dog. I think I pretty much give a shout out to everybody. If you haven't checked out other people in the community page, most of these people look like I've seen you in the community, other than Dave's here, man. Dave, I don't know how much you know with the other guys in this chat, but they've started Moto Virginia's got a really good show. All these guys have good pages and it's good community to get involved in. They all give good support. So all right, so the next thing on my agenda of things is I have been looking at shows for next year and entering some different stuff. So the first one that, whoops, almost did a oops moment right there. So I am looking at some different events, and I kind of show you those real quick here in just a second. I'm bringing them up while I'm talking to you guys. I'm trying to multitask. So if I lose anybody or I'm trying to not do the major oops and completely ruin everything. So I'm gonna load these tabs up real quick and then I'll be done and be back where I'm not babbling and trying to do more than one thing at one time. So all right, now the first all right, so the first event that I am looking at and trying to figure out. So the first one I'm looking at and trying to get looks at. All right, this event is Garage Brewed Moto Show. It's in Cincinnati, Ohio. It's February 1st. I don't know if anybody in here is from the Ohio area, other than I think a retired rider is from Ohio. I don't have not attended this show. I don't know a lot about this show, but I am going to put the entry in there and see if we get accepted to that. Maybe take one or two of the bikes to that. I know the current build won't be done or ready for that, but that's February 1st. I didn't really find much in January, but I definitely plan on attending this show. I put in nomination, see if one of the bikes gets picked. If we don't, I do have a backup plan. The next one that I'm looking at is in North Carolina. It's the Travel Magazine Custom Bike Show. It is in Greensboro, North Carolina, February 1st. I did some research on this one last year. I did not make it to I did some research last year, but I did not make it to it. And then I went on to continue doing some more stuff. The next one I did is this one here is one I really like. I did do this one last year. The date on the website that I brought up is February 10th, 11th, 2024. They are having it again this year. It's earlier in the year. It is in St. Louis, Missouri. It's the second weekend of February. It always falls Super Bowl weekend. Excellent show. They unveil the bikes. They cover them, rip off a sheet each time. I'll do more on this and more follow-ups on this and kind of go from there. So the next one that I've been looking at is the Motorama Races and Shows. This one's February 15th and 16th, 2025. So I forget. This is in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Sorry, I had to scroll down to figure out where that. That would be the third weekend in February. That one's one that I'm definitely looking at. It's going to be a huge one. So that looks like it's got cars and motorcycles. And then the other one, I missed the cutoff on. If anybody knows anyway or knows anybody, I definitely like to get something into to this one, but I know that chances are slim. Miss the cutoff is a huge site, huge show. It's in Wisconsin and Milwaukee. Whether I can get a motorcycle into this one or not, I definitely want to go to this one. This is a big one. This is one of the ones on my bucket list. So hopefully everybody can hear me through the whole show. I'm not going to babble on a whole lot longer. I didn't have a bunch more to talk about before I close out and get going. is that is the last weekend in February, I believe. Let's go look real quick. Yes, that's the last weekend in February. So back to the beginning of the show real quick, just in case I wrap it up here. So this is the Cycle Shorts magazine show. They've got the 2024 Source Awards voting, but if you bring it up, it is, scroll all the way down at the bottom of the page. It comes up down here. Cycle Shorts 2024 Best of Awards. Then you click OK. Then you can go through here and vote. If you find, I kind of brought up what the research I did on each of these bikes, except for the one from April, May 24, Slim Shovel. I didn't get that one done. I couldn't find anything on it. So tomorrow, I plan on going over number 2, the 9 bikes in number 2. I'll do kind of the same thing that I did in the beginning of this video. I'll troll those, see what I can come up with. And then I'll try to do it right around the same time because I don't want to step on anybody's toes. And just kind of bored, getting out here, kind of put some stuff up. Since I can't do a lot right now, sorry, dropping you guys everywhere. I'm stuck sitting around a lot. So, but I'm trying to get my stuff in order for next year. I definitely want to do some stuff. I hope they can run into some of you guys in some of those areas. We got one of the shows was in Pennsylvania. One of them was in North Carolina. That's just the February shows that I'm looking at. Was the North Carolina. Well, let's start from the top of the easy on me. So the Garage Boot one is Cincinnati, Ohio is the first one that I'm looking at. With a backup plan, if I don't get accepted that one, would be a Full Throttle show in Greensboro, North Carolina. After that, it's Cycle Showcase in St. Louis. From Cycle Showcase in St. Louis, I'm going to shoot across the other way to Pennsylvania, to Harrisburg, for the Moto show. And then after that, it's going to be come back over this way to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, for the Mama Tried show. I did definitely miss the cutoff time for the Mama Tried show. I'm going to put out some feelers into the community, see what I can find there. See if I can get somebody that knows somebody's cousin or something, maybe get a little back sneak in there. I don't really want to ask for favors like that, but I did miss the cutoff when I was down in the hospital with my stroke. And that was the last thing on my mind, was getting into some of these shows, but my mind's getting bored. I've been sitting around a lot, doing a lot of shopping, get some chopper stuff around for the other build. I'm definitely going to try to reveal that at a show this early 2025. I'm going to try to stay on schedule. Walking is getting a little better. Left hand's operating. Right hand's always been good. So my hearing is shot. My fine motor skills, they're working at stuff. My eyesight, like I've said before, things are getting better. I had doctor's appointments today. I have more doctor's appointments tomorrow. But I'm not going to give up. I think I have 82 days before the deadline that I set for myself to have the stroke race build in the trailer. So, but my son's bike always mess up pointing. That's going to make it to some more shows beginning of the year. And like I said, I'm definitely would like to try Mama Tried show. And then I'll go over some March stuff. Maybe I'll go with March stuff. I don't think I'm quite ready to go over the March shows yet. I want to get through the February shows first. You got to get entered into some of these shows a little bit ahead of schedule. I'm doing some hotel research and things like that. Just making my list for everything. And kind of going like, I know where I'm staying already for St. Louis, unless they change the venue, but I highly doubt it will. Last year was at the Moto Museum, and that was just an awesome venue. The hotel was close, everything was great. Um, kind of wait on the first show before I even say what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the Garage Brood, or I'm going to do Full Throttle show in North Carolina. I'm going to throw the entry out there for Garage Brood and Full Throttle. I'm going to gamble on it. I'm going to hope for the Cleveland one or the Cincinnati one. It's a little bit closer, but if I looked at the Greensboro show last year, and I did definitely like that. I'm going to see when the registration closes for that one. Maybe use that as a backup if I don't make the Garage Brood one in Cincinnati. If that's I want to make the selection. I definitely respect the shows like the Garage Brood show. A lot of the shows where you send your bike in and they kind of look at them. I like just getting selected for some of those. Like I said last week, I got selected for the Moto Block in Kalamazoo, or not Kalamazoo, but in Chicago. I got invited to that show, and we didn't make it. Had some family stuff come up, things happen. We had kind of a slow year as far as the shows go. We got a lot of invites and a lot of picked up and a lot of stuff, but just never happened. And I don't like canceling things. I'm a big planner, and that's definitely what I'm doing now is planning that stuff out. So just a quick recap. What we're pinned at the top of the messages is the Cycle Source Magazine Awards voting. Go to that page, scroll all the way to the bottom, check all the stuff voting. In the beginning, I went through the first section of all the bikes that were on there to vote for. I did some trolling on them, did my own research on them. Don't take anything that I said into your voting. It's all what you like in those votes. There's several different things. I'm going to try to go through each one of those. H24, how you doing, bud? I'm going to try to go through each one of those and go from there. Tomorrow I'll try to do the next section 2 of that and go over that. If you want to wait till I go through each section, it might take a couple of days for me to do that, but I'm going to try to do it definitely this week. Some of the stuff I'll be able to go over faster and just give you kind of a quick introduction. You can do your own research too, but I just did some quick research. Like I said, some of those bikes I've seen, so I do know them. I already follow the people. I've seen them at some of the shows that I've been at this year. Some really nice bikes to vote for, but that's the recognition for which you build. A lot of the shows that I go to there, the shows we don't win money at. You don't even, some of them, you don't even get a trophy. At the best shows that I go to, you don't get a trophy, you don't get money. What you get is you get recognition from some of the people in that community of choppers and motorcycle builders. Just the camaraderie that you get with there. The conversations, hanging out together, it's just great. If you go to some of the shows and you go, I definitely recommend to go to some of the pre-party stuff. Go to the stuff before the show or even after the show. Meet some of the guys, the builders. Talk to them. Tell them what you think of the builds. I definitely like that about some of the shows. You can't up here in the northern parts where it gets that white stuff. We can't do a lot of stuff this time of year. We get the garage time. We work on stuff like this and everything. I think everybody in the community's seen my videos on my son's bike. I'm building mine slowly and surely as I can, but I haven't got a lot done, and I'm reaching out for some stuff. I don't like to ask for help or anything, but I'm definitely going to try to do that Mama Tried thing. If anybody knows anybody, put some feelers out there. I'm going to send a couple messages out. I missed the cutoff when I was in the hospital, like I said. Not expecting nobody to feel sorry for me or anything. I'm just disappointed. That's on my bucket list. If I don't make it this year, every year I'll put an entry in for that show. But I have other shows that I listed earlier that I'm definitely looking at. Thanks you guys for all the support and everything. I got 8 people in here, but I have to go to some therapy stuff, eat dinner, take my medication, get some rest, and probably jump on somebody else's live in the side chat and everything. But I just, like I said, I thought I'd jump on there real quick. I am from the great state of Michigan. I'm surrounded by all the Great Lakes. And the shows that I put out in the area are kind of the Midwest shows that I hit earlier in the show. Rob and I went over some of that stuff, like the Cycle Showcase award ceremony, all that stuff. They have a good show every Sunday night, but they're a good magazine for motorcycles, and they held 2020 for voting, so I put that out there. But winter's, nobody likes winter. That white stuff kind of ruins winter. I don't mind riding in the cold, but the winter kills it. And heat temps are up and everything. But I got to get off here and go eat food, do my therapy. Hopefully somebody else jumps on a live stream and I'll get on there tonight. With that, I'm going to end this, and thank you. Also,